Welcome to the show, Five Stripe Fam. I'm AJ. And wherever it is you get your pods, subscribe, share, and leave us a good rating. Welcome to another episode of Five Stripe Weekly, and it's the new year, 2023. All the possibilities of a new season, but oh boy, there are a lot of transfers and transfer rumors to get to in this episode, and we will have all of them for you, especially that massive one that just broke. So, yep, let's first, though, get to the kit leak. Atlanta United, the primary kit for 2023 and probably 2024. More details have come out. And, this one, hat tip to Andrew Wagner on Twitter. He got it from that French website that leaked it a few weeks ago or a couple weeks ago. And, there are some really interesting details in this one where we thought there were only 2 black stripes on the front. There are actually 5 black stripes, not full bars of black stripes, but definitely you can see the 5 black stripes with gold trim on the bottom of it, on the sides, and the top are gold stripes as well, with a collar that is also gold. And then you have the back where it says United with the 17 as the I and the T, with the Georgia, the shape of Georgia on the back as well. So definitely it gives some credence to the legitimacy of this. It seems like it's a replica. There's no star, there's no like finer details and cut, because the authentic ones definitely always have a more rounded cut or something that's a little bit more fine. But this one, red back as well, looks pretty damn good, in my opinion. Some people might say that it's a little too reminiscent, but it's pretty much the Atlanta United logo a little bit with the stripes. So it's definitely harkening to the 2017 vibes, and we definitely are making some moves. So we'll see if we can do the business like the 2017-2018 season in this kit. But first bit of news is that Marcelino Moreno, he was rumored to Coritiba, a Brazilian side by Felipe Cardenas, and then it's a loan move apparently, and shortly thereafter, it was on the same day Moreno, he moves to Coritiba officially, and so he didn't really say a goodbye. It was pretty much already. He had moved on his social media posts to Coritiba, so maybe it is again. It is a little bit of that Carlos Bocanegra effect, where there's not really too much fanfare or bedside manner. A little bit of what might be required in when we move on some players, but. So Moreno, one of our number 10s, one of our wingers, has been moved on. Looks like if we are going all in on Thiago Almada, if it is, it'll be at least for a half season maybe, and until we actually move him on, because there will be a lot of moves that will be necessary in this team, but it's maybe the start of many from Garth Lagerwey, the new president, and maybe the kind of the sanction moves that he's wanting to see. So next up, mutual termination from Atl Utd and Emerson Heinman, the midfielder. Boca, he said, "We had a good conversation with Emerson and decided together that it would be mutually beneficial for him to get a fresh start. He has been a great professional and teammate throughout his time in Atlanta, and we want to thank him for his contributions to the club. We wish him the best in his future." He, of course, came in the year that Frank de Boer came in, kind of mid-season. gave a really nice push in our midfielder, in our midfielder depth, and helped us win the Campeones Cup and the U.S. Open Cup. In that season, he had a season high, or a career best 20 MLS appearances in 2020, or in that next season rather. But then a combined 16 appearances over the next 2 seasons due to that injury, that ACL injury, of course, that he suffered. But 51 appearances, 35 starts across 4 seasons, 4 goals and 6 assists. Just really not a great return. Let's be honest. And so, it is at his wages. You'd have to say it's just a bad move. Especially with the injury as well. I mean, you can't predict the injury, but I mean, looking at the numbers and looking at the contributions, it's just paltry as returns for the type of move that and salary that he was on. But next bit of news as well. Another player moved on, and Fabrizio Romano, he reported, which means, man, it's like when it's a Brazilian club and it's also involving Atl United, it's, man, like, this is huge. But Sao Paulo, he mentioned that Alan Franco, he was going to move on a permanent deal. Full agreement on a 3-year contract with an option for a 4th season. But it was on Wednesday. He was supposed to go to get a medical, and it was on Thursday that it was announced official, and Sao Paulo have their player, Alan Franco. And Atl United, Boca, he mentioned that Alan was a consistent contributor over the last 2 seasons. We want to thank him for his commitment to the club. This was an opportunity that arose and was beneficial for both the club and the player. We wish him continued success at Sao Paulo. Ultimately, the transfer fee wasn't disclosed, but it does open up an international slot on the 2023 roster. And Franco, mixed bag of results, I think, in performance from him. There are some moments where he looks like a world beater, and then there are some other moments where he looks completely lost out there on the pitch, and it's just something that, we are low on center back depth. There are fans that are wondering, like, okay, this is a veteran player. What are we gonna do? We have very low center back depth. But it's hopefully in terms of salary, in terms of how much it can open up, in terms of the GAM for us. I think this is a strong move for Atl United to get players that are more of a better fit. I always thought he was maybe just a little too calamitous at times, where you didn't have the full faith in him. And he could play out from the back pretty decently, but on a one-on-one, probably didn't have the most faith in him. But it is something that's, Franco, a player that's, I think, probably will be missed around the locker room, but I think we can find something better, and there it is. But now to the big breaking news. Inter Miami apparently are in serious talks with Atl United over our former MLS MVP, Josef Martinez, according to Tom Bogert. Nothing agreed yet apparently, but discussions are ongoing. And I mean, man, anywhere but MLS, I feel like, or even on the West Coast, I feel like would be okay if we see him just like once a year. But I do not want to see Josef Martinez 3 to 4 times a season, probably 3 only, but still, either way, it's going to come back to haunt us. He's going to be really, really fired up to score against us. And it's just something that I hope that there's another team or another league that will come in for him, because I really just, it will hurt to see Josef Martinez in this league, and especially in this conference. But yeah, I mean, 9 goals, 4 assists last season in 1,500 minutes, and we of course had that news that Felipe Cardenas mentioned that Josef Martinez and Carlos Bocanegra. I mean, it's basically both parties have agreed that it would be probably best to move on. So it's Josef Martinez, that this would be crushing, I think, for a lot of Atlanta United fans to have to see him in a rival kit. So, yeah, hopefully it's not to Inter Miami, but what do you guys think? Where should he go? Where would you prefer him to go if he is to leave? Would you rather him stay? I mean, is it just too far gone, though? I mean, is Garth Lagerwey, he agreeing with Carlos Bocanegra and Gonzalo Pineda that we need to move on from him? I don't know. It's definitely, I'm of mixed opinion on this for sure. But yeah, moving on from that, SK Beveren, they announced that Tyler Wolff would be recalled early from his loan there, and so our homegrown player Tyler Wolff, he only appeared 7 times for the Belgian club this past fall, but yeah, he will be coming back to Atlanta United and will be joining us in preseason, which is coming up soon, by the way. But we have, of course, Thiago Almada as our 10, and Tyler Wolff would potentially be another player that would be that depth in that position, since now Moreno is gone. But as well, speaking of another 10, according to Colina Informa, Brazilian side Vasco, they're reportedly interested in Ezekiel Barco, and who of course he's loaned to River Plate. He had the first season of a 2-year loan in 2022, and his loan ends in December 2023. But Atlanta United apparently are reportedly asking for something around $8 million for the 23-year-old Argentine. I mean, if Thiago Almada was to go, well then Ezekiel Barco potentially could be recalled if we were to want to do that. But and plus, when Barco was last with us, he was very, very productive. But I think ultimately we would have to figure out our DP slots, and if Josef Martinez is to go, well, I mean, yeah, we probably should bring in a DP forward. So, it's I don't know if it's Ezekiel Barco that should be the one that is moved on or brought back, but it is very interesting to see that at River Plate he has not really hit as well as we could have wished. So yeah, Ezekiel Barco, $8 million. I mean, that is a far cry from the valuation, pretty much half of the valuation at least of what we paid for him, and definitely really, really far off of what our former president, Darren Eales, had for his valuation in the 20s and 30s. And definitely he has been underperforming and not reaching that potential. But moving on from that, we have a academy midfielder in Aiden Taurus that has made the U.S. Youth National Camp his first call-up. He's been playing as a defensive midfielder for the academy, but it can also play further forward and in the back line. But exciting stuff for Aiden Taurus for the academy for Atlanta United. But moving on to a former Atlanta United player in George Campbell. He apparently signed a new 3-year contract with CF Montreal with an additional option year in 2026. And so definitely, I mean, you can see that, CF Montreal highly coveted this player. They paid a handsome GAM amount, and they have signed him to an extension. And yeah, I think that shows probably, with another one of our homegrowns and academy players, Noah Cobb, that the club is banking on him as one for the future, and kind of clearing a pathway for him And so, currently, I mean, our center back depth is pretty much Miles Robinson and Juanjo Purata, unless we sign some other players with preseason coming up. But I have no doubt that we will probably sign some more players in the center back department. But yeah, it is perplexing and I think insightful in this move. But and perplexing in that way that, I mean, we don't know. I mean, Miles Robinson, his contract is already close, if not already run out. So there is an extension on the table for Miles Robinson, and whether he is going to take it or not, we shall see. But also another former Atl Utd defender, George Bello. It's a transfer rumor from him at Armenia Bellafield to Watford FC, of course, the English side. Apparently they're looking seriously at Bello, and there's a 25% sell-on clause from Atl Utd, so a potential sell of 1.5 million. We might get some benefits from that, but and that's from Footy Insider 24/7. But Bello to Watford to an English side, that would be interesting. But and also another former Atl Utd player, Pele Martinez. He's joined by Cristiano Ronaldo at Al Nassr. I mean, it is one of the GOATs joins the Saudi Arabian team, and I mean, it's just wild. I mean, Pele Martinez goes from playing with Lionel Messi and then now also with Cristiano Ronaldo. And if you had that on your bingo card, I mean, wow, you're just a modern day Nostradamus, or Nostradamus. But wow, Pele Martinez playing with Ronaldo, it will be very, very interesting. But Ronaldo still hasn't played yet, so it will be. If you're a Ronaldo fan, I'm sure you're looking at seeing how he's going to do at Al Nassr. He's on a $200 million a year contract. So, for those that don't think he went there for the money, let's just be real, okay? He went there for the money. I mean, he said that a lot of, European sides were in for him and that his business in Europe was done. Okay. Let's just be real. But next bit of news, man, the U.S. men's national team is an absolute shit show. There was this Greg Burhalter bit where, some potentially incriminating news was threatened to be leaked out. Instead, the Burhalters leaked it out themselves. It is where Burhalter, he admitted that early on in he and his wife's relationship, they had a really terrible incident where they had an argument. Burhalter kicked her in between the legs, but apparently they have reconciled and everything. In terms of that, they've been married for apparently 30 plus years now, and but it was apparently going to be leaked by Claudio Reyna. That's Giovanni Reyna's dad, and but apparently Danielle Reyna, his mom, they said in a statement that she told the USSF sporting director Ernie Stewart about that incident from 31 years ago, and that she was going to leak it, but and that was all over Giovanni Reyna wanting to be, their parents wanting him to have played more in the World Cup, as he got very little playing time, and it was definitely just this weird thing that leaked out before and after, and just this whole thing where Burhalter didn't handle it well. The Reynas haven't handled it well. It's a complete shit show, and you at least at least LA United is not this. I think that's the beauty of that. But yeah, oh my gosh, this is just it's scandalous. It's like just absolute shenanigans, and does not paint the U.S. men's national team in a good light at all. The USSF at all. But yeah, and yes. So last bit of news, pay tribute to Pele, the Brazilian legend. One of the greatest of all time, and if not the greatest of all time, you know, a player that definitely inspired everyone who's ever seen him play in person or footage of him playing. I mean, there are so many players have been, you know, just inspired by his play, his otherworldliness as a soccer player. I mean, and it's just Atlanta, you know, and MLS and soccer in general in the United States would be completely different if Pele had not played for the New York Cosmos. You know, so it's just absolute rest in power, Pele. What a sad bit of news, but it is, you know, something that, you know, Pele and Maradona, they, you know, they'll be able to, you know, kind of play together, as Maradona was wanting to, I think, or Pele mentioned on his social media when Maradona passed. So, yeah, they will be able to play together in heaven. But, guys, that is all the news for this week. Which bit of news was the most surprising? I'm looking forward to what your thoughts are. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire episode except for the question of the day. And the question of the day is, what's our biggest need in the squad right now? I mean, do you think it's the goalkeeper, the back line, midfield, forward? It's probably everything. But which line do you think, and which position do you think is the greatest need? Let us know in the comments below. Looking forward to what you have to say. But guys, that is the episode there and there. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. I've been AJ. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.